Have you ever seen a heart on a person's stomach? Her name is Lisa. Since birth, her heart has been in a very strange position. You just need to touch her lightly. It can also cause her heart to stop beating. So from when she was little to now, there seems to be no going anywhere more than 3 people. Unable to move, can't go to school, can't even hug, but from a young age she had great aspirations. It was hit. She is already 14 years old. To be precise, her chest cavity once contained a very large heart. Her parents went to the hospital today. Surgery to insert the heart into the ribcage. But when she was done with the ultrasound, she discovered it. Cannot operate. Too big. That's right, not wrong. Her ribcage is growing, but her heart also grew with it. So it's still not possible to have surgery. Have to wait a few more years. But when she heard this news, she collapsed. Then the doctor came up with a plan. A ribcage. This may be the best option available today. But Dr. Shaun vehemently objected. He said, this surgery is not possible. If she failed, she would lose her life. And choose not to have surgery. She can at least live a healthy life. But after she knew, she persisted in choosing surgery. Because she wanted to be hugged. Want to experience the feeling of being hit. Mother also decided to respect her wishes. Surgery begins. First cut the girl's chest with a knife. Put her heart in her chest. Finally, put the artificial chest bone on top. That's lucky. The surgery was very successful. The heart was successfully inserted into the chest. She can also fulfill her dream of hugging. But then, the hospital has 7 policemen with 1 criminal. What did he come here for? Do you want to take the opportunity to escape? True, when people are not paying attention. He quickly stole the police gun. Unexpectedly, he pointed the gun at himself. What happened in the end? Is there a criminal who commits suicide? Actually all because of this boy. His eyes are very golden. Already sentenced to death. Right. This is a boy with a liver failure. The lifetime does not exceed 3 more days. It is necessary to find a suitable healthy person who can have a liver transplant to save him. But finding a suitable liver in such a short time is very difficult. The hospital checks all donation information, but were not found. At this moment, Dr. Claire suddenly appeared. She said she found a donor source. That was the criminal brought in by 7 policemen. But the child knows the donor is the bad guy. He would rather die than do surgery. There's no other way. The mother could only ask the doctor to give the boy a sedative. On the other hand, criminals are being closely watched by the police. Convenient to put on the operating table. Getting criminal was injected with anesthetic. His eyes and tongue began to swell. It turns out that criminals are particularly sensitive to anesthetics. Unable to proceed with surgery. There's no other way. They can just stop the surgery. But when the criminals found out, there was still no transplant surgery. He started going crazy. Try it one more time. Turns out he had to save 7 lives. Only then can he atone for his mistake. Years of labor re-education in prison. This time knowing that he could use his liver to save a life. For him it was the greatest relief. So when he knew he couldn't get a transplant, he reacted so vehemently. Then on the way to prison, he just took the gun to free himself. Finally after the boy knows the story of the crime, agree to surgery. The doctor also used the machine to save the criminal. Successfully saved 7 people. Fulfill the criminal's wish. From a criminal to a hero. The girl's name is Alice. Early in the morning, she was in bed with a stomach ache. Grandma took the little girl to the hospital. But when the doctor lifted the blanket, everyone was surprised. Shaun after looking, he say, this isn't a girl, it's a boy. True, not wrong. Alice is transgender. From a young age he wanted to be a girl. The doctor initially diagnosed appendicitis. Then Shaun at the ultrasound for the little girl suddenly realized a possibility. A small disease has turned into a dangerous disease. Alice is not appendicitis. Testicular torsion. No other way. Alice needed immediate surgery. Cut off 1 eggplant on the left side. Otherwise, cancer cells will grow, leading to the inability to have children. Even loss of life. Then after Alice knows the situation, she firmly wanted to cut off the 2 eggplants. She wanted to completely become a girl's body. But she's been on growth, very poor bone strength. Need to stop. But the consequences of taking that drug. Gradually the pharynx and beard will emerge. Alice then asked if there was no other way. Now Shaun spoke again. If we cut out those 2 eggplants, Alice will gain high female hormone. That statement made Grandma completely indignant. Do you want to kill my nephew? There's no other way. The doctor can only tell the family members to negotiate among themselves. Alice with her parents agreed to cut 2 eggplants. But Grandma was definitely against it. But when they argued non-stop, Alice suddenly had testicular torsion. Testicular torsion has no blood to circulate. Immediate surgery is required, but in the end Alice's parents convinced her. Even though Alice is young. What happened next, no one knows. Therefore, it is necessary to maintain fertility first. The surgery was very successful. But in the end, when I came back I'll be there to help you. Right. Each person has his or her own right to choose. But the choice is yourself. All are respected.